Advocacy is a social emotional learning program, and to us at Westgate, though, it's a daily class. So every day, that's where our students go first thing in the morning. They know to go to their advocacy, and they know that they get to see their advocate first thing. And it's not only like a safe place for them to just gather. So sometimes that's all it is, because that's what they need. But it's also a built-in curriculum and a program that works with college and career readiness, career exploration for our younger kids, and the biggest social emotional topics like self-regulation. A lot of our students have appreciated like that type of work and the anger management, but also self-awareness and understanding who you are and what that means, and friendships and things like that. I believe it's important because for our students to succeed academically, but also for our students to succeed as citizens of the world, they need these skills. And I think far too often we kind of leave our kids to just figure these things out on their own, but advocacy provides a place for them to really grapple through some of these hard topics that allow them to grow and really develop. Implementing advocacy some days is like what keeps them at school. Some days just coming to school knowing that they can go to that like safe place first thing and feel supported and even have that moment just to like breathe and center themselves, and like the mindfulness that is embedded in advocacy. Sometimes that's just how they need to start their day, just to get through the day. On a bigger level, implementing advocacy affects our students because I really have seen them develop those social skills this year. A lot of our students are able to like use that language advocate, and so they know how to support themselves, ask for support. They also are seeking out things like wider in the school, like peer mentoring and restorative practice, and just wanting to talk to friends about issues because they know how to advocate for themselves. We're seeing them, like, I use self-regulation as an example in the first question. We're seeing them grow in those areas. Like they can actually self-regulate better. They can manage their emotions in class better.
That's awesome.
So aside from just, advocating for themselves, seeking support, they're also just using those tools. So the importance for our students of going around in a circle and saying each other's name every morning. Like, I remember when we were doing the PD in the beginning of the year, some of the teachers were like, they know each other's names. Like, they don't need to say them every day.
Right.
But our teachers have found that doing this every day is so impactful for our students. And so it affects our students on many levels. But academically, too, we're just seeing that they have that confidence. They feel heard. They feel noticed. So they're just more engaged in class. And that's so simple. Like, seeing them in the morning and saying, I see you, welcome, I'm glad you're here. Having their classmates say them to them creates this confidence, and they want to be present in class. So we have a student in 9th grade who has been experiencing some pretty serious underground bullying, and it's the kind that has been, it's tough, and it's pretty traumatic for the student, and it's the kind that like we can't prove necessarily, so there hasn't been a lot of like disciplinary action, I guess. But we've been able to use the student's advocate to bring his parent in and like really talk about some supports. And this parent also came to some of our anti-bullying nights. And we've shared a lot of resources from the anti-bullying work we've been doing, some books, some tools, some things like that. We've also, with the advocate, created sort of like a safety plan for the student in the school to make him feel more safe. Here's, what we can do during transition times. Here's what we can do during lunch. And his advocate has advocated for him with the entire pod and all the teachers. And it's really helped. I've checked in with the student. He's really felt supported and felt that he's been heard and that we're responding. And though it hasn't fixed everything, he feels safer. He's coming to school. So
Yeah, that's amazing.
Advocacy's great.
Yay!
It is wonderful, and it's been a really important addition to our culture.